Assalamu alaikum dear students and welcome back to my YouTube channel Ali Mentor. One of the easiest way to sound like a native speaker is to use idioms in your language, because native speakers frequently use idioms when they talk to each other. Therefore, I decided to teach you 15 most common idioms that are important and which are frequently used while speaking to one another. So let's dive into it. The first idiom that I am going to teach you is to burn midnight oil. To burn midnight oil. And this means to do something late into night. For example, I have been burning midnight oil trying to complete my important course. Number 2, water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. And this refers to problems or disagreements of someone or a group of people that had once, but they don't care anymore now, because things are changed and they have moved on. If you had a fight with your friend in past but you don't care anymore now and he comes to you for forgiveness, then you can respond to him, don't worry about it, it's just water under the bridge. It means you don't really care about this anymore. You have forgotten this. The next idiom is a storm in a teacup. A storm in a teacup. This is used to talk about people who are very angry, very upset about things that are not very important. Simply means to get stressed or worried about silly little things. For example, everybody is upset about new policy of school, but it's just a storm in a teacup. Number 4, the apple of one's eye. The apple of one's eye. And it means a much prized treasure. A thing that is delightful for a person. It is very dear to him. For example, being an only son, Salman was the apple of his father's eye. And number 5, my favorite one, a fish out of water. A fish out of water. And this means a person is very uncomfortable in his surroundings. A person who is out of his elements. For example, as a man, he is good, but as a father, he is fish out of water. And number 6, to take one's breath away. To take one's breath away. If you say that someone has taken your breath away, it means you are emphasizing the fact that this is very beautiful, amazing. For example, watching sunrise at the top of the Gorakh hill took my breath away. And number 7, it's not a rocket science. It's not a rocket science. This simply means it is not complicated. Rocket science is a complicated thing, right? But if we say that something is not rocket science, it means it is simple and easy. For example, becoming a good English speaker is not a rocket science. Just watch this video. Number 8, to pick to pieces. To pick to pieces. And this is used to criticize harshly, to find faults in a jealous fashion. For example, ladies were drinking tea and they were picking their neighbors to pieces. It means they were talking bad about their neighbors. Number 9, play the game. Play the game. And this means to act honorably. Observe rules. For example, Jaffar, the greatest Olympic star, was a perfect sportsman. He not only played the game on hockey field, but in the other walks of life as well. The next idiom that I am going to teach you is this: sour grapes. Sour grapes. And this comes from a story. A hungry fox saw some grapes hanging from a vine. She did everything in her power to reach them, but she couldn't. At last, in disappointment, she turned away and said, "These grapes are sour." So this means a desirable thing that a person despises because it's not attainable. It cannot be achieved, or it requires a lot of hard work to achieve that thing. For example, he considers this post as worthless because he has not been able to get it. It is a case of sour grapes. Number 11, ups and downs. Ups and downs. And this means prosperity and adversity. Sometimes you are sad, sometimes you are happy. Sometimes you are wealthy, sometimes you are broke. For example, life is full of ups and downs. Number 12, blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. And this means A good thing that seemed bad at first. Something that you were thinking it might be negative, but actually it turned out a positive thing for you. For example, losing that job was blessing in disguise. Number 13, to see eye to eye. To see eye to eye. This simply means to agree. If the ideas of two people are matching to each other, it means they are seeing eye to eye with each other. For example, I think he's lying. I don't see eye to eye with him. Number 14, to get into hot water. To get into hot water. And this means to be in trouble. For example, don't quarrel with the boss, or otherwise you will soon get into hot water. The last idiom that I am going to represent for you is so far so good. So far so good. And this means things have been gone well for now. For example, I don't think tomorrow's shift will be easy, but so far so good. So that is it for today's lesson. I hope it was productive and enjoyable for you. If it was, consider becoming part of this channel, and I will see you soon.